YouTube, what's up everybody? Got a pretty good Star Wars Force Awakens haul going on today. I quite honestly did not expect to do anything like this, but this is what my lovely wife came home with. Damn, I love her. But this is the funny thing. She went to Target earlier today, this morning at 8 a.m. Ran across only the 3 3/4 inch figures, could not find the 6-inch figures. And there in the aisle with her was a very rude customer, being very rude to a manager there, and won't get into the details of what was said, but he was rude. And this is the funny thing. She left, went back, and found all the 6-inch figures right around the aisle, just in a different spot. And is that not karma or what? You get some schmuck that's going to disrespect the manager and be rude to him because he's acting like a child not getting his toys, when all he had to do was be patient, look elsewhere, and then bang, all these. So yeah, my wife scored. Isn't that awesome? So without further ado, let's get on with the review and, of course, my opinion. I'm not going to open these up just yet, and I'll tell you why afterwards. But here is a titanium vehicle, and this is the land speeder. Now this one I'm not familiar with. Perhaps this is like an Imperial Transport Shuttle, the new one, or something. Pretty cool. I do like the, I could be wrong, it might not even be the Imperial Shuttle, but I just say that because it kind of has a similarity. But,
oh, that's Kylo Ren's.
Oh, that's Kylo Ren's, okay. Oops. It's alright looking. Like these a little bit more, the Hot Wheels. Now here is the TIE Fighter and the Millennium Falcon, my favorite ship. Dig the radar dish. Remember, Orlando lost that one en route to destroying the Death Star with Wedge Antilles and crew. Another Millennium Falcon titanium. Now here's some robot, Target exclusive, remote control. So I'm not sure if we're keeping this one. I'm sure our little one would love to see this move around, and I'm sure if he got his hands on it, it would be destroyed in no time at all. So here's this thing. It looks pretty cool. I'm not sure if there's anything else. Remote controlled. You know, this thing might be worth keeping. We'll see. Now let's get back down here in the middle row to the 6-inch figures. I don't normally collect 6-inch figures. I do have like a prototype Boba Fett 6-inch. That's because I have a lot of, I have the 3 3/4 inch white prototype. So I don't collect the 6-inch just because that's a lot of money. Trying to get all the 6-inch figures, and I would just rather stay with a 3 3/4 inch. But here you can see Chewie. He's a little darker around the eyes than we're used to seeing. Age will do that to you. But really cool mold. There's his crossbow. And doesn't look like he's got any gray hair, so I guess he's overall aging pretty well. Now here's the new hero. Now I'm probably going to hack his name. Finn Jakku. One of the new characters. Or heroes. Really excited to see the role that this gentleman's going to play. He looks like he's a really nice sculpt too. I dig the jacket. And here is one of the female. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, another Jakku. I'm not sure what this is all about, but her name is Rey Jakku and BB-8. So I'll have to find out what this whole Jakku thing is, if I'm even pronouncing that correctly. But here is the female hero. I'm not all impressed with the facial sculpt. The robot looks cool, but I don't know, man. I'm not really into this. There's something odd about it. I think it's her hairline that kind of just does not look natural. But anyhow, there she is with her staff of some sort, maybe a vibro staff. Now here's the villain. Now this dude's cool, this Sith Lord. I personally am a right-hand path type of guy, so I prefer the Jedis. But, you know, the Sith, you can't have Jedi without Sith. You can't have good without evil. And you got to admit that a lot of the evil guys, these Sith guys, just have some really wicked costumes. And this is one of them. This is a really nice mold figure, this Kylo Ren. And I really dig his lightsaber. So now he's got some protection here. Since we've had so many characters lose their hands in the Star Wars universe, he's the first one to figure it out to protect himself. And of course, then you have your conspiracy theorists that are going to relate this to an inverted cross. But take it as you will, it's still a really cool lightsaber. And it's kind of like rough looking. Maybe, you know, it's not like a finished looking product. If you know what I mean. And here's his belt and whatnot. So she put one up on eBay. And I know I'm going to keep one of the Kylo Rens, so we got 2 extra here. Now here's the new Stormtroopers. First Order. I'll be honest with you, I prefer the Stormtroopers from the original saga. This one is cool looking, don't get me wrong. But I don't like the breastplate all that much. It's just kind of flat looking. And the helmet's cool, but I think that's just personal opinion. I think that the original trilogy Stormtroopers have a better look. But these guys are still pretty cool. Okay. Now let's get to the 3 3/4 inch figure. Here again, here is a Stormtrooper, First Order. Now, I don't like these figures, the 3 3/4 inch that's come out. They're lacking articulation. So I guess maybe they went, oh, let's just mass produce a bunch of these just to get the money, and then we'll give them the articulated figures much later on. I don't know. I'm not into the non-articulated characters unless they are vintage. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's got a nice little sculpt, and it's got some accessories here, like this chest piece, but I don't like the fact that you can't really put these guys, they're limited in any kind of diorama setting, so, and that goes with all of them, limited articulation. I don't see any articulation at the knees, at the elbows. Here's this added piece for Boba Fett. Here's Luke down here. Now I like his armor here. Now maybe I can take that off and use it on the vintage collection figures, but again, no articulation. Don't get me wrong, the molds are good, or fair, but no articulation. I don't know anything about this guy, and I'm not like always on the computer trying to find out stuff about this. I have family and studies to attend to, so I figured I'll just let a lot of the Star Wars stuff be new to me when I see it in the theaters. But no articulation. Here's his chest piece, armor. This one is cool. I do like this trooper, this flamethrower, I guess, guy. First Order Stormtrooper. Yeah, flamethrower. Now here's the thing. What good is he in space? In that vacuum of space with no oxygen, you're not going to be able to use that weapon. So that is kind of funny. So he's a terrestrial guy, and he's just going to be limited. But then again, I guess the Stormtrooper is, unless he's got some kind of breathing apparatus. But here's this one. And there's Kylo Ren. Now I'll keep one of these guys just because I like the lightsaber. And the character's just got a really cool look to him. But it's a bummer. The articulation is even worse on this guy, it would seem to me. Here's one of the heroes again. Finn Star Killer Base. Whatever that is. See what I mean? Star Killer Base. Not sure what that's all about. And Chewbacca. And here's his armor. That's pretty cool looking. And crap articulation. And that's pretty much it. That's what she picked up and brought home. And I know some people are probably gasping that I'm calling the 3 3/4 inch figures not worth getting. But that's just me. I'd rather spend my money on articulated figures. But if you're somebody that uses your figures in dioramas and really appreciates putting them in all kinds of positions, I wouldn't waste my money on the 3 3/4 inch figures because it's just not worth it. But they're still a nice mold. It seems to me that they would be good just to give your kids, let them tear them up. And then maybe they're just falling in line like they have for the last 40 years with just having a lack of articulation and whatnot like they did with the original. But there it is, guys and girls. The Star Wars Force Awakens lot that my wife was nice enough to pick up. So now she's waiting on me so she can start putting them on her eBay page, which is Woofie45, WOOFIE 45. That's if you're interested. And that's pretty much it. So there you are. I hope that I've answered some questions that maybe any of you had. And thanks for watching, and you all take care and have a good one.